Hello and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Commentary, where we look to make football fun again. Today's episode number 23, we touched on the leagues outside of the UK before travelling all the way to the Club World Cup, where Liverpool was victorious, and the rest was a very deep discussion on many topics in the Premier League, including Mikel Arteta comparing him to Ancelotti, Mourinho, disappointments and shocks within the fixtures this week, and of course following up on our promise to talk about Sheffield and a surprise discussion about the Italian cricket team. So please sit back, relax and enjoy the show. We have a big cast today. We have the band back together. Deke is back from last week. Abdul is back from Japan. Welcome back, Abdul.
Still in holiday mode. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And of course, myself and Koz are on the show. You don't have to do the throw clear, so it's fine.
No, I listened to that and I realised that was not good.
That was very loud.
Yeah.
Very loud.
We've also got the Friends sitcom audience in the background, but we've told them to be quiet. So, but they did scream when Abdul walked into the room. So, yeah.
Hey!
That was a great
Great entrance. Great entrance.
Appreciate
Did the wave and
Appreciate the love.
All right. Let's get started this week. Okay, first, it's hard to tell where to start. There's a few things to go with. I'm trying to move away from the EPL stuff. We'll get to that maybe. Actually, before we go to the EPL, Ligue 1, just want to bring out that PSG won 4-1.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
fantastic.
All right, so moving on to now La Liga. Also, Spain moved to the top. Real Madrid in second place, and also nothing else to comment on there. And that's pretty much it for the international stuff. Unless you got something on the Italian league, Cos?
I do have something on the Italian
Oh, Italian league. All right, let's go.
But it's a bit longer than what we've just...
It's a bit longer.
because
I hope so.
I care about it.
Yeah,
That's why. That's the only reason
Well,
why.
somebody has to care.
I realise that not many people care about it.
I
but
know.
I care.
I don't.
We're listening to you. When he said something about PSG, I literally heard crickets. I'm pretty sure I heard a pin drop in the next
I
house.
thought I closed that door. Anyway. No, because
anyway,
Serie A.
yeah.
No one watches Serie A. I'm just letting you guys.
Well, actually, no. Look,
except for me.
Okay.
Except for Colin.
Let's make something very clear here, okay? Of the leagues, of the top five, there's the Premier League, the Italian League, and the German League. They've all got stuff to look at. But what's happened this week?
Well, I'd like to just point out a few little things. There's a state in Italy called Lombardi, right? and that's where Milan is. Right?
Okay.
And there's a small town just about an hour or two away from Milan called Bergamo. This is where Atalanta is from.
Oh.
And this Atalanta team, with a city of 120,000 people, is arguably the best team in that state. They are better than AC Milan and arguably better than Inter.
Definitely better than AC Milan.
For this season?
Definitely for this season.
Yeah, just heritage.
Because Abdul's very
Come
upset.
on now. they're not better no Inter.
Abdul.
However,
It's like, look.
No, Cuz going to explain to me why that's the case, because I'm telling you, I just disagree.
Well, look, this weekend they played AC Milan at home, right?
Okay.
They won 5-0.
Inter didn't do that.
This is a provincial club with no money. They won 5-0 against AC Milan, right?
The second greatest Champions League team, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I love the
absolutely,
most?
yep.
Sorry, Abdul was just like, there's no way that he literally 1 second ago before that admitted he doesn't watch Serie A. Nobody watches Serie A. And it was like, you couldn't pay me watch Serie A, and then as soon as you said something, he had an opinion on it. And was emphatic.
Agreed.
This man sticks to his guns.
I am representing 90% of the people who watch football. They've got
But not
opinions.
Serie A.
No, who got opinions but don't watch it. Go ahead.
And the other argument is Atalanta are the team from Lombardi that are in the round of 16 of the Champions League.
It.
They got out of their group stage.
That's beautiful.
Inter had a harder group.
Come on now,
granted,
exactly. Let's give it a little bit of respect.
But they failed to get out of the group.
No,
Atalanta fans can legitimately rock up to Milan and say, we're the best team in this state. 120,000 versus 1.3 million. This team is better.
Two teams as well.
Against both Milans with no money, they are better.
That's so true. Like, two teams, AC and Inter, they're still better than them.
Well,
So Abdul, there's no need to get anxious because Inter Milan's going to be. We understand what happened, okay? you don't watch Serie A, right? You saw the black
Not
and
me,
blue
man.
stripes.
No one does.
Hold on. You saw the black and blue stripes.
Yes.
You got mixed up. You
No.
thought it was Inter Milan you were after, but it was Atalanta that's
No,
going
it
to make the
wasn't.
semi-finals.
No, because
Atalanta to make the... Well, Inter's not making them.
do they have a black striker? That's what I thought.
So
So
no, they
that's
do.
Inter Milan.
They do actually.
Okay,
Luis-
maybe I did get confused.
He's Colombian though.
He's
Luis
Colombian.
Muriel.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I thought it was Lukaku. All right, that's fine. Then maybe you're right. I did get confused.
No, yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. 120,000 people. Not much, you know.
Yeah, no.
They're
They are the
in the
best team.
round 16. Wow.
You should know better than anybody. Lukaku's not the only black man playing.
I know
football.
that. But the striker wise, though, striker wise, you can't miss him. You can't miss him. But anyway,
He is killed. But yeah. So
wow. Wow.
whoa.
That's all right.
What I miss?
No, it's all right. Keep going.
No,
Moving on.
Well, we will move on. So that's it.
No, that's it. That's it.
for
That's
Italy.
it. That's it for
We
Italy.
moved on
Just,
from Italy.
that 5-0.
So now we're done with Italy. We move on to the EPL, and once again we'll start from the top, where Liverpool did not play in the EPL because they were in Qatar playing against Flamengo in the Club World Cup. Cause you were you talked this one up.
I did
You said
talk
that it
it
was
up.
going to be a close one.
Yeah,
And it was?
It turned out to be. It probably shouldn't have been because Liverpool probably should have won that quite more comfortably than they did. But Flamengo were good. They showed. What am I talking about? I didn't even watch the game. I don't want to talk.
Did you watch the highlights?
I did watch the highlights.
Abdul, did you get a chance to watch the? Of course not. You didn't even know who
Sorry,
played.
anything Liverpool, I'm not. I did see it, as in I did see the thumbnail, and I just didn't. I quickly moved on.
No, I did say Flamengo are a good team, and
Yes.
they did show that they really made it hard for Liverpool to win that. But Liverpool, they just keep winning. They're a winning machine.
Well, I guess I should take over here because I'm the only one who actually watched the game. But
Yeah,
actually,
please do.
Deke, did you watch part of it or anything? Highlights? Nothing.
I can tell you that I watched Firmino score that goal.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's
All right.
beautiful.
So no one watched this, but yeah. Look,
4:00 in the morning, dude.
we're mentioning this because we got a complaint that we often talk up something instead of going to follow up on it, and then we don't. And this was one of the things that we talked about last week. We said we were going to talk about it. It went to extra time. Liverpool, I think, had like 3 or 4 clear-cut chances that didn't score, and eventually they got over the line with a... I don't know, it wasn't even the most clear-cut effort, but Firmino had 3 pots and he eventually got it through. Salah set him up. Bob's your uncle. Liverpool World Cup winners.
Club World Cup.
Club World Cup winners. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get to wear a badge. They get to wear a
get-
badge for a
Abdul, did you
year.
hear
They
that?
get,
They get to wear a badge.
Abdul's really excited about
It's a
this.
very,
His eyes just lit
it's a
up.
very prestigious golden FIFA
It is
badge,
actually.
yeah, right in the centre of their
Now,
jersey.
do they have to? Now, how long do they wear it for?
It's
Until
one
the
season.
next World
until
Cup
the next Club World Cup. So
is finished.
This is more.
And during. So,
Teams will be
so
showing
I
up.
will-
What the hell's that on your chest?
but
mate?
only in UEFA competitions. They don't get to wear it in the Premier League, and
Why?
they need to seek permission to wear it in the cups.
So there you go. Useless.
I think that
Well, not
first-
useless because they're actually
Wait,
still in the Champions
Wait
League.
a
I'm
minute.
like,
Wait, look, I agree with you, Abdul, that this
Thank
is
you.
painful for
That's right.
non-Liverpool fans. But on a principle basis, you're telling me that this Liverpool side who won the Champions League
Yep.
and the Club World Cup
and
Yep.
the Super Cup.
and the Super Cup,
Yep.
yeah, let's go for that.
three trophies
trophies.
in
It's the
2019.
it's the
They-
first one that no European
First English team.
Yeah,
They,
first English team.
you mean
to
that
hold
this
those
team cannot wear that golden crested badge
In
in
the
the
Premier
Premier
League.
They are the kings of the bloody sport,
three right now.
and they cannot wear it. What's going on?
Yet. They're not yet champions.
Yeah, they're
of
not
England.
yet champions of England.
But that's not why.
No, but why can't they wear
it's
it
just a
still?
weird
But why can't
thing.
they wear it?
It's just some sort of thing. The Premier League has weird rules about what you can have on your shirt because they have different shirts for Champions League, different shirts for Premier League,
No,
different. I don't
No.
agree either.
no,
But
that's
that's how it is. You know,
Yeah.
that's what they decide.
an
the
abomination.
big wigs.
So what do you guys think?
I would tattoo it on every person's neck then, if that's the case. And then after that 1 year, just remove it.
on the forehead.
All right, so
and
what
then
do you
get
guys
laser removed.
Club
At the end of the
World
season.
Cup,
Mhm.
glorified friendly.
Did you
or
say
something?
Club World Cup or Klopp World Cup?
Club World Cup, both work.
It is
Um,
mine.
He owns it all.
Right, yeah.
What is
Both
it?
works.
Is it a glorified friendly or does it actually have meaning? What do you guys think?
Interesting, because you're asking that question because I don't think a lot of people watch it or even know about it. So it's a good question to ask, but I think it is Up to me, up to this point, from what I knew, I think it was glorified friendlies.
Yeah, and yeah.
I think it does have meaning,
Yeah.
just because of what it takes to get into this competition.
Yeah. There's a lot
But the competition itself, the way it's done, the format, and it doesn't last very long.
Yeah.
That's why I can see why people don't care about it.
Yeah.
However,
It's a week-long competition.
Yeah,
yeah.
but you
However, I would argue the South Americans and pretty much everyone from every other continent
That's
except
right.
Europe
Yeah.
have a chance to go after a European club.
yeah.
That's the appeal for them. So they really care about
And I
it.
get that appeal for sure.
But the
It's
European,
big for them.
It's
a
huge
big
for them.
thing.
And
Yeah.
this is the ultimate intercontinental winners cup. I mean, the Champions League used to be this, right? It used to be the champions of each league come up against each other. Hence, well, actually, ironically, back then it was the European Cup. Once it became the Champions League, it stopped actually being about the champions. But it used to be the champions of the top 16 leagues go up. Was it was it two-legged or one-leg? I think it's one-leg. Yeah, they go one-legged games. They play against
it's
each
one-legged,
other
yeah.
until they get to the final, and they go that way. So you couldn't do this thing what Liverpool and Real Madrid have done, where they finish second, third, fourth in their league and then win the Champions League. Couldn't happen. You had to win your league.
Or like Tottenham, where they
Otherwise-
become fourth or something, and
Yeah,
they
you can't do that.
they
Like,
what they went into the finals, I think.
Tottenham and Liverpool were in the final.
Yeah.
When,
So Tottenham could have essentially won that, and they were fourth in their league or something like that. Or
Yeah,
third.
they
Or
were third.
Yeah.
previously.
Either way, third
Yeah,
still.
yeah. And
Not even
Liverpool
top
were
two.
fourth. They couldn't be fourth because Liverpool were fourth.
Yeah, what I'm saying, they weren't even top two. Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah, so
they won. So
basically,
they,
the two lowest ranked teams
Yeah.
in the league for
Played
that
each other.
season made the final. So it's
and one of them won. So
yeah, and it's like it feels like a bit of a farce. But yeah, so this Club World Cup, it takes it to the international stage, and it's like the world. Even though the world does know that Europe is the strongest by far, and it goes to show because the last the Club World Cup since 2005, I think. I think the only two teams from Europe that didn't win it were teams from England. So
Yeah, England have a bogey thing with that cup.
I would say because it comes in Christmas period.
Yeah,
it's a pretty
That's
bad
what I
time.
was
for
going
I know
those teams.
Chelsea-
You said it's a week-long tournament. You
Yeah.
wouldn't want to make it longer.
No,
Like the
That's what I'm
fixtures
saying,
would
it's
just
in
be
the
too
middle,
distant.
yeah.
yeah.
but for just for the thing, because for the other teams, they finish their season before it, right? So a lot of them are having their Champions League finals or
Yeah.
equivalent
Yeah.
just before this tournament happens, and then that's the end of their season, and then and now they're having their break.
Yeah.
Whereas it's smack bang in the middle of the European season, just to sort of give the other teams a chance. Like, all right, let's just throw it in here and just throw these guys off and see what happens. So yeah.
But yeah, I gotta say, like when we won, I could not tell you who won
When he
last
says we,
year.
he means Liverpool.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you who won the last year, who won a decade before, 2 decades. But then I'm like, yeah, we're Club World Champions. All of a sudden, I
Yeah.
care about it. I get it. But I do think that there is a disproportionate amount of respect to what that means. Like, you are in the top of your league. You then go through and you win against.
this is the format.
top
This is what
teams.
like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of not
Well,
format.
this is
to
to get
qualify.
there.
This is to get
qualify.
there, yeah.
This is
So-
just to qualify.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you got to get into the Champions League. To get into the Champions League, you got to do damn well in the Premier League. Then you got to win the Champions League, and then you got to get into the Club World Cup. Right?
So that's getting
during.
So
like you were
the
saying,
seasons.
So one season, 2 seasons, 2.5.
Yeah.
Right.
it's 2.5
And-
of consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's
Of
about.
consistency, and then to win for a European club, to win the Club World Championship, you're doing it in super congested fixture time.
Fix your time.
Right. So like winning that is a huge.
Well, at least for
thing.
England.
Yeah.
Other
Okay.
leagues aren't as stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, I get how people are saying it's a glorified friendly, but it's still nice.
Well, because people don't know. Like I didn't really know what it takes to get there. I just know that in terms of what people, for me, it was just about Champions League. You know what I mean? That, again, that's the popular. That's the one that's covered.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Media don't cover the World Cup, Club World Cup like that.
You know, the
Yeah.
funniest
Not
thing.
in the way. Not in
Not in the
same
way the
yeah.
Champions League. So
he-
it doesn't
he's-
bring in the money.
Well, here's another thing, right? Because we're also EPL focused here in Australia, so we only really know what happened. The competitions that Premier League clubs are in, right? And I mean, you hear a little bit about like the Spanish Cups and Italian Cups, whatever. But for example, when Manchester United were in the Club World Cup in 2009, I thought that was like a once every 4 years thing because I've never heard of this thing before. So,
Right.
Oh, so they just happened to win the Champions League when they were doing the Club World Cup, so that's why they're in the Club World Cup. But no, it has been done. Liverpool was in it in 2005. They lost that.
It started in 2000. Just want to let you know.
No, well, they've had the Club World like a.
Still,
it
it started.
had a different name.
I know, but it started.
But they had something like
Yeah.
that since like the 60s
The
or something like that.
Intercontinental Cup. It
Yeah.
was called.
Yeah, but no, but I'm saying this one for World Cup is 2000.
Yeah, in its current format or
Yeah.
under its current name.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2000.
2005.
And then there was a gap, 2005, when
Yeah.
Liverpool lost, and then basically all the other clubs from other countries won. Chelsea lost as well when they won the Champions League, but Manchester United won theirs. And yeah, I just thought there was this gap between but it was every year. But you don't hear about it because English teams hadn't won the Champions League, therefore they weren't in it, and therefore it doesn't exist.
You know what I love? It's like Henderson goes back. He's the captain of a Club World Cup, right? Oh, Hendel, lad, I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been? Oh, I just won the Club World Cup. The what?
And that's his family, like that's.
No, exactly. Nobody knows about it. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. I didn't know nothing.
I have to say, bring that up. So many people do not rate Henderson as a player. And everyone's got this association with winning trophies as making you a good player. And just the look on people's faces, seeing Henderson this season lifting the Champions League, lifting the UEFA Super Cup, and now the Club World Cup, people were just like...
He's the greatest of all time.
Well, I guess we have to like him now.
Sorry, Gerard who?
Gerard who? Continue on.
Who was
from
the better
Aussie.
captain? Who's the better captain?
Yeah,
No. So I'm talking about like
even as a player.
When people say that about
you
him,
know,
I like.
you make a good point. So just one quick thing.
And his leadership.
If Liverpool, which is likely do win the EPL, then there's no doubt.
There's no doubt. Henderson is the greatest
Liverpool
captain.
captain in the Premier League era.
When people like Hendo is not that great, I'm like, look, Brendan Rodgers is second right now with Leicester. Klopp is first right now with Liverpool. They both liked him, and he's played.
Yeah,
and Hodgson liked
that's
him.
True.
He's
That's
played
true.
the most.
And Dalglish liked him. Well, Dalglish bought him, so
He's played the most games for Liverpool in this last decade,
yeah.
hasn't he?
Well, he's the oldest player.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
the
As a captain, he's the right choice.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly the captain.
There's just
Doesn't make you a good player though.
Oh yes, skill.
he's a
the
good
thing is,
leader.
But
A leader, yeah,
not
exactly.
every leadership is a very important.
I
thing
agree.
as well.
I'm not trying
Very
to take
important.
anything
No,
away.
but even
I'm
taking that away, like in a great team,
Yeah.
average players become good. They become very, very
I
good.
understand.
And Henderson is consistent, right?
No, consistent's good.
It's surrounded by the incredible players that he has. He has become a different machine. And he, in the Flamengo comp, apparently, the Club World Cup, he was probably the best on the pitch.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'd heard. So,
Yeah, I was like dozing in and out because it was 4:30 in the morning and I hadn't slept much the night before. And it was just going on and on and on, and it looked so tiring because it's in Qatar. it's like 20.
There was the press conference after the game. They asked Klopp about it. He's like, "We won, but we are exhausted."
So what are you going to do now? To celebrate? Sleep.
Yeah, well, we got
We're
Leicester
going on
on
the plane.
Thursday.
No. It's even better. They're like, so Klopp, what are you?
It's a bit like you were saying in the semi-final. It's like oh. Thank God, I thought like my coffee was getting cold. I just need to get back. I'm worried that the pot's gonna boil over. But okay, that's enough about the Club World Cup. Meanwhile, West Ham had nothing to do, so they just sat and watched as other teams got points that they didn't get.
Were they
One of
singing
those
all by
teams.
myself?
All by themselves.
All by myself. Sorry.
All right, another follow-up.
Mm,
So there was
song,
this
good
massive,
good song.
massive build-up. Okay, the first game of the week.
Yeah.
The early game for us at 11:30 at night.
Oh, which league is this?
This is the Premier League. It's all Premier League.
Are you
for me.
ready?
It's all...
Are you ready, Abdul?
Finally,
Are you
finally, the best league in the world. Let's go. Let's go.
Ancelotti, Arteta. Cos was excited. He said,
Oh man.
"I'm going to watch this."
Oh,
No.
man.
Okay, I got a better announcement.
All
for
right.
this. In the red corner.
That is so fitting. It's amazing. That is amazing.
Mikel Arteta.
Mikel Arteta
In the
red
blue corner. In the blue corner.
Carlo Ancelotti. And unfortunately, those corners were in the stands because they didn't take over their clubs yet because
Yeah.
I don't know, they just got signed or something, and they were watching from the stands, and it was I don't know.
I enjoyed watching him from the stands.
I
Just
don't-
seeing him there, it was absolutely beautiful, wasn't it?
I don't understand how this like what the
I don't understand.
what was going through the minds of the caretakers, because obviously Duncan Ferguson, who yes,
Duncan
Everton
Ferguson.
legend.
This is an interesting one. He's when Moise Kean came on off the bench, he subbed him off.
Yeah, this was a few weeks ago.
And Cenk Tosun, the Turkish
Yeah.
striker, he came on and was also subbed off. He did it twice. Now, if you're looking to make a point, I understand if you're going to be a long-term manager. Why are you trying to make a point? You're going to be shipped off. This is your last game. Why do it?
I have an answer.
Why do it?
I have a potential answer, right? So, because earlier on, so to give context for this, you guys might not have heard this. So Moise Kean, Italian striker, he's young. How old is he now?
Oh, he's still in his teens. I think he's 19 or
19 or
something.
20. He got subbed on 60th minute, I think, a couple of weeks ago.
It was very
Against Manchester United. It was Manchester United because
Yes,
they
it
drew.
was, yeah.
And they, I don't know, stuff was happening. After about 18 minutes, he subbed him off.
Yeah, because he didn't.
No injury, no thing. And then in the press conference, he said, "Oh, like I just needed to get some fresh legs on or something like that." Saying he needed fresh legs for a guy that's been on for 18 minutes. Well, all these other guys.
I don't get it.
Like,
but he did it twice.
No. But so here's the thing, right? In the press conference, at first he said, I don't know. He made up some excuse. Then he got asked again. He gave like a different excuse. And basically he was saying that he looked like he was struggling a bit out there. Blah blah blah. Essentially, I think he took him off because he wasn't putting in like the work that he wanted to, like he's like one of those players that comes on and you can see that the rest of the team's working hard and they're not tracking as well. I don't know what it was exactly, but he changed what he said, and one of the things he said was, "Oh, it's a normal thing. Like I wouldn't think too much of it. This gets done all the time."
Well,
so he's done it again.
He's done it again, and
to make it to go with the narrative, and say like, "Oh, look, it's no big deal. I do it all the time."
Ancelotti must have been sitting there going, "I'm glad I'm taking over."
This guy does not know what he's doing.
Absolutely no idea.
You know what he's actually thinking? He's thinking, Jesus, I'm going to look like a god to these people.
Yeah, that's really true.
All right, so the game, Everton 9 shots, 0 on target.
Yeah.
Arsenal, I think, had 7, 2 on target. It was the worst game of the round, 0-0.
Yeah.
It was just very, like both teams were trying so hard, but none of them seemed to care about winning the game. It's like I don't know. It's like they were trying to show the managers coming in that, like, oh yeah, look at us, and it's not that bad, and I don't know what it was.
What do you guys think of Mikel Arteta going to Arsenal as his first job?
Honestly, I don't really sleep like any worse off. It's not something that
Anything to say, Abdul?
Not with Arsenal.
No, that's
Who did
Everton.
Arteta was a player, right?
He played.
Did he play for Arsenal?
He played for Arsenal.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
right.
But
That's cool.
He played for Everton more.
He played for Everton a lot more though,
Yeah.
which is funny because
Oh.
there's this whole thing.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Hence causes question.
Right.
Well, here we go. We've got Arsenal who picked up, Unai Emery, who was sort of, I don't. He's a young manager. They want him to build, like a long-term thing there at Arsenal. Didn't work out because the fans are toxic. And then in Everton, they had a sort of similar thing going. They had Marco Silva, who's even younger and sort of up and coming, but still really hasn't done anything successful anywhere. So that was short-lived. That didn't work. And now you had Ancelotti on the market because Napoli sacked it. And then, there's all this talk about Mikel Arteta, and everyone's like, why Mikel Arteta? He hasn't ever managed anyone before. Like, surely, they won't take a big gamble like that. But he's played for both of these clubs. He's played for Everton longer. And I wouldn't have been surprised if Ancelotti went to Arsenal and Arteta went to Everton. But it ended up being the other way around.
Exactly.
Everyone was certain Ancelotti was. They're like, oh, he got sacked. Arsenal, it's done. Like he's coming in. Like this is waiting to be happened. And then there were these rumors of Ancelotti going to Everton, and everyone just thinking, Oh, it's just the tabloids doing the stupid rounds.
This
Cos
guy-
was just
Oh,
threw that story out.
I didn't believe it myself. I'm like, this is journalism gone wrong. Like, it's
I
just-
saw what happened.
the joke is on there. I should have been more aware of it because Everton do wear blue.
Yes.
The Italians love blue.
They all get attracted to the blue. But Arteta apparently has a very big reputation, and people are expecting huge things from him.
Oh.
Jeez,
Yeah,
that's
well,
not good, is
the
it?
word-
Luck to be
Yeah.
disappointed.
I know, right?
The word on the street is that he's ready, 100% ready to take over.
Their first press conference, Cos, you saw a bit
No,
of that.
I watched it. He said a lot of good things,
Hmm?
which is anyone can say good
Of
things.
course.
But he sounded like a guy that really has a vision for where he wants to take Arsenal.
Well, Emery had a vision too.
Yeah, he did, but this guy sounds more convincing. I don't
Alright.
know. I don't know
Hey, he's
what.
37 too.
He's 37.
He's
I think the knock on him is that obviously he's got no experience at managing a club
on his own
on his own, but he was under Pep.
for 3.5 years.
But I think
Pretty good,
looking
so.
back, there are cases where managers who have very little experience do very well at big clubs. Pep Guardiola for one, Arrigo Sacchi when he took over AC Milan, and
Ole Solskjaer.
and Maurizio
Oh, no.
Sarri when he went to Napoli.
Yeah, that's true.
They copped a lot of criticism, but they did very well
Yeah, they
at
did.
those clubs. The difference is though, they had managed other clubs
Yeah,
on their own.
they didn't have they didn't have no experience.
They had little experience.
Not,
Arteta has no experience managing a club on his own.
Okay, so
I don't think he's even got staff. Like, I don't know what the deal is with
Yeah,
staff.
I don't know what that deal is.
Because-
So it really, what Arsenal have done here is right. They've sacked a guy who wasn't doing too badly. Right? They've brought in a guy, and who's done nothing, but they're relying on him. In 18 months, he has to have had learned everything that Pep Guardiola knows. That's what they're relying on.
that's right.
Arteta has to have learned everything that Pep knows.
Well, that's 3.5
what they've
years.
That is what they've done.
It is 3.5. Look, I will say this. Now, was he assistant managing under Pep?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
So, I
He
mean,
would have
this-
been working very
so-
closely with him.
Okay,
That's what they were
So a couple of questions for me then
Yeah.
is one, if you guys are saying okay he hasn't managed the club before, are you guys saying he should manage a small club, then make his way up? Is that the way?
That's the usual way. That's how
Okay.
I thought it would have gone.
Yeah,
So
but if you're under Pep, I don't.
that's a thing.
Yeah.
You're under Pep.
Yeah,
That's-
so
that's
I feel like, you know what? Let's see what you can do, big fella. Just
It is a hard job. Arsenal is he's going to need time, and the
Yeah.
fans need to be patient.
and they're not going to do that.
Alright,
So-
well, here's another thing, right?
Not doing that.
Here's another entry point. So, like Pep, when he started at Barcelona, right? He hadn't managed a first team before, but he had managed the B team at Barcelona. But he was at that club, right? It was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
he came up through the ranks. It's like
Yes.
bringing up a youth player, you know.
makes sense.
If Arteta, say, was assistant under under Wenger or something like that, and then took over the reins, or if he took over at Manchester City or something like that.
Sure.
Then you could kind of go, all right, he's been there, he's been at that club,
He
the guys
understands
know
the
him,
culture and everything.
he understands the culture, and the players know him.
That's right.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
And then it makes more sense. But that whole Arsenal team's completely changed, right? It's since he was there.
I don't know about the players knowing him. I think because a new
needs
manager who
time.
hasn't been
But
there.
they need to respect him, and right now
Well,
they don't.
as a new,
They don't respect him at the moment.
He hasn't
Aubameyang's saying, "I want out."
hasn't
Who is this guy?
he hasn't started yet. It was
Yeah,
all I'm
I
saying.
know. I know.
So that's
I don't
what
agree
it's-
with them.
I
But that's
agree.
just how it is.
He's got potential to be a very good manager, Arteta, but he's taken on a hard job as his first one. He's probably ready though.
Yeah.
I can't judge him until
That's what
it
I
is
say.
what
It
he
is
does.
a
They're
baptism
touting
by
him to
fire.
be one of the greats already, but that's England.
Why
England
would you,
does that.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
to a guy?
Because they want to fail. Arsenal just want to fail. That's how they want to do it. But
No. Why would you? I don't understand why you'd put your hopes up on a dude. Just let him come in. Let him come in under the radar.
Well, he's going to need time.
Like Frank
That's
Arsenal's
Lampard.
under-
I feel like Lampard
Mm.
is. He's been allowed to do what he does. Nobody's looking at Chelsea.
true.
That's true.
Nobody
That's
cares
true.
about what Chelsea's
But
doing.
also he got
That's
lucky.
because of
He
the
got lucky.
transfer ban.
Yeah,
That's true as
transfer
well.
ban.
But
and-
when he was at Derby County last season, he did very well with them as well.
But it's
So-
been good for the team.
Yeah.
From what I understand, right? I don't know everything about Chelsea, but from what I can see in the distance, they seem like they're doing quite well with.
from 16,000 kilometers away.
Yeah.
because there's no expectation, is there?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, not no expectation, but the fact that they got a transfer ban, he could go right up and say, "What do you want me to do?"
Yeah.
And so easy to do that.
Well-
but when the
well,
pressure
that's the thing,
comes,
it's
but
lowered
that's when
ex-
he's better.
It's lowered expectations.
Lowered
But
expectations.
that's just it. Apparently, some people believe that Arteta's come in saying, "All right, I'm only going to come in, but this season is not on me." right? Whatever happens this season, we could finish 12th, whatever. That's not my problem. This is a disaster.
Yeah,
I'm here to save a disaster.
It takes time to build a culture.
To be fair, I think the Arsenal fans will give him some time.
I don't think so.
No, they'll know that this season is not on him, right?
Yeah.
They'll be looking for improvement next season, right? The problem is they might improve next season, but if they drop in the third season,
like Emery, they improved under Emery.
yeah, and then if they go down
they went
even a
down?
slight, they're going to get angry.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Arsenal
speaking
is
of-
notorious. Just really quickly, notorious for
Yeah.
just switching up.
Well,
On some
in the last 5
crazy
years,
morphos.
the last 5 years.
They will switch up on you like it was just bam.
But that is after 15 years. I think there was 15 years of slow build-up of hurt.
Yeah,
And then they got to that point. You know, like, they were...
the turning point was when Tottenham started going ahead of them. That
That was
was
the last
I think
straw.
like...
That was the last
because
straw,
every
honestly.
season, no matter how bad it was, they could always say we finished above Tottenham.
Yeah, no, but also the other thing was like, we're building a stadium, and like after that happens, we're going to
Yeah,
be
they sort of coincided
That is
together.
true.
Like,
and then they
we built the
realised
stadium, and
Tottenham-
now Tottenham's ahead of us.
Tottenham
Out.
just built the stadium too, and they're like 10 years ahead of us. What's going on?
Speaking of which, actually, this is because so Tottenham manager Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
Oh,
Is it Jose or Jose?
Jose.
Mourinho.
Jose.
Yeah.
Jose, who doesn't matter.
They are
No, it does matter.
they're my new second
Let's not
favorite
disrespect
team.
the man's name.
It matters to
Tottenham
him.
is my
He
new
has-
second favorite team.
He has an
Jose.
opinion on the Arsenal situation.
Does he really?
Oh, wow.
Oh,
He
I've
should
read
have-
something. I
he has
saw
a-
it.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Do you want to know what his
we got
opinion?
A, B, or
Yes,
C.
Are you trying to guess what his
We
opinion
got
is?
A, B, or C, boys.
Okay.
Yes, it's fantastic. I hope he does well. That team is terrible and he's going down. Or he'll look good at a bad club.
I'm going to go with C.
A, B, or C.
I'm going to go with C. He looked good on a bad club.
All right. So
Yeah, I'll go
option.
C.
It turns out it's option D. The only point I can find, and it is for us to laugh a little. Wait, it is for us to laugh a little bit. Is that years ago the best managers were the guys with more victories. Now the best is the guy with the fewest defeats.
Oh, wow. He ain't lying.
So
He
Ancelotti.
ain't lying.
So Ancelotti has 3 Champions Leagues, won the league in Italy, France, and England, and won cups here and there. But Ancelotti has lost, I don't know, 200 matches. I've lost 150, 180.
Yeah.
Carlo's a little bit older than me.
I like how he says I didn't lose 210. It's like I'm under him. But anyway, yes.
Well, no, he's saying that he hasn't been around as long, so he hasn't had the opportunity to lose as many games. I think now
Fair
it's
enough.
not about how much you won; it's about the matches we didn't lose. So probably the best managers now are the managers with 0 defeats. The only reason I can understand is that they look through the CVs and see guys with more defeats and guys with less defeats. So guys with less defeats are given the job. I cannot find another reason.
Wow.
I think Mourinho is...
Wow. This guy's entertaining.
I think he's a bit bitter.
Every single reporter, every time
They just-
Mourinho's about
yeah.
to say something, they're just rubbing their
It
heads.
sounds like Mourinho secretly wanted Wenger back,
No.
just so he could rub it in.
or he wanted the
I
Arsenal
actually.
job. I think that sounds
You
like
reckon?
a guy who wanted the Arsenal job.
No. I think I know where this is coming from. Maybe he did want the Arsenal job, but actually, apparently he was talking himself up for ages. That he was spreading rumors that he was going to be the next Arsenal manager because he wanted to get up the hype and he wanted to be the next Arsenal manager.
Right.
But I think part of this comes from because Jose was not a professional player, right? He got into management and he's gone on record before and said he always had to fight against everyone saying that you're a nobody. He had to get to where he got through pure his the way he plays. He pure pragmatism, and every time he beats these players and stuff and these managers that used to play games. It's to him, it's like the greatest vindication, basically. And so he's really annoyed, essentially. These great managers, but they pick a guy because he's played for them. He's just a guy who played for him, and suddenly he's got all the qualifications
That's
of a
right,
guy
yeah.
that's won 3 Champions Leagues and
But
won
you know
in
why?
5 different leagues.
You know why though? Because with Kenny Dalglish, you said it last week, I think, where Kenny Dalglish brings the culture back up. The old legend coming back into the club, Solskjaer, coming into Man United, bringing up that culture, bringing up that spirit. So they're hoping that will do the same thing in Arsenal.
Well, Arteta hasn't been at Arsenal for that long, but he does he does say that he understands the culture, like, and he's saying like,
Well, that's horrible considering the culture.
no, well, the culture of the club while he was there,
Right.
which was pretty much before it started getting toxic. So
yeah, but that is a small section of the fan, and it's packaged
it's
up
getting
to look
bigger.
like. But do you think it's something that is actually that big, or do you think it's being packaged up to
Well,
look like that?
it's always a minority that affects the majority.
Yeah.
So they're creating the bad feel, and it's just spread something. You can't help it. Like if that many people are being so toxic, then the people who are sort of not quite so toxic also come on board, and then the more normal people think, oh, there's so many people that don't like it, then there must be something wrong, and then the next set of, you know what I mean, like it's a knock-on effect. Yeah. So, and it's gone to the situation now what it is, and I've said this before, I'll say it again. Whoever's in, if Arteta pulls this off and stays at this club for more than the end of next season, he's performed a small miracle, to be honest. Especially someone like, because I can see a lot of fans already be on his back.
I think he'll be there till the end of next season. It's the third season.
Well, I mean,
or the second and a half seasons.
What I'm saying is that if this season, even if it's obviously not his fault, whatever's happened now.
Yeah, right? The fans will understand that. I'll give him.
I don't know if they will.
No, I'll give them the benefit there. I reckon that. Oh yeah.
I know a lot of them will.
Yeah. But
I'm saying there's still going to be enough that I think will already get people edgy, and they'll start saying, oh, what we're getting Arteta. Why didn't we get Ancelotti? Like, especially if Everton start doing well. If Everton start doing well,
but they won't be going after Arteta. They'll be going after the board.
Yeah, but then they're going to say, Arteta, we want a better manager.
That's true.
Which is basically what they did this time as well, and same with Lundberg, right?
But they won't hate Arteta. They'll just say,
they won't hate Arteta, but they want him out.
Yeah, good point.
So in the end, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I think we've spoken enough about Arteta, unless someone else has got some more to add to Jose's jibe.
I just love Jose.
He's the man.
Always bringing the entertainment.
He's quality.
I'm just happy he's back in the Premier League.
I feel like he's done a complete 180 with the way that people kind of perceive his character. That going on that Punta job was just like a stroke of genius to rehabilitate the way people viewed him in the media.
So which job?
The Tottenham? Sky Sports job.
Oh, right.
Because after Man United, everybody's like, oh, Jose's passed it. He's a terrible... And then suddenly, he's in Sky Sports and he's making everybody else just shut up and listen to him because he knows so much about the game. Every time I watched him talk, it's just like... It makes me understand... in a way, all the great players. I think it was Michael Owen talking about the players like Gerrard and stuff like that. Well, Owen was like, I played with, I think it was Ronaldo.
He loves name dropping.
Yeah, but he's like, these guys on the pitch, they think it's such a high level that they are doing things before you've done them. Right?
Yep.
And I kind of saw that in Mourinho. He sees the game at such a level that you're just like, okay, I get it. I get why you've done quite well in your management.
No, his insight was incredible.
Yeah,
from everything that I've watched with him, it's just incredible. You just sit down and listen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just look, I know soccer, but nothing compared to him. I'm just going to listen and learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't question, just learn.
I really, really hope that he finds that touch of magic. The magic that he had with
Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where the players would.
And Manchester United. I know they came second, but goddamn,
he was angry there. I think he was an angry man.
Yeah, because they didn't back him.
They didn't back him, and
and he came second. You know what? That's on some other level right there.
That's what I think. They didn't realise how bad that team was. Mourinho knew.
Yeah.
No one else knew.
Especially when he said that's the greatest achievement he's ever done. You know what I mean?
Which doesn't make sense because
he's the guy who won Champions
League.
No, with Porto and Inter Milan. That's an achievement. That's something.
Yeah.
But he looks happy at Tottenham. He looks refreshed and ready.
No,
to
that's
go,
a couple of games now. Let's give it a little bit more.
Well,
just a thing.
I mean,
It looks like he's moisturised. Like his face is younger
Yeah,
by at least
well,
5 years.
well, he kind of fooled us, didn't we? Because I mean, this week we were getting geared up because there were some really exciting games on. Obviously, the Everton Arsenal game was a complete disaster. It went completely not to plan. Newcastle just kept on winning. So
who?
Newcastle just kept on winning. That's right.
Yeah.
Against two, I can't.
Your
The
remember.
last 3 games we've been doing well, mate. Let me tell you.
Some London team.
Now come on now, don't disrespect
They're
us. We
called-
got the win.
They're called.
No, I'm just saying.
Crystal
I'm just saying. I
Palace.
can't remember. Right, Crystal Palace. Right.
Don't
right.
act up now. We got the win.
Oh no, that's not disrespecting Newcastle. That it just Crystal Palace. Are
You're
just such a
undermining the
nothing-
win, my brother. Let's
No, just Crystal Palace. It's just such a easy team to forget. They're not easy to beat. They're an easy to forget.
You know what? I'll do that to Liverpool
Easy
next
to
time they
forget.
play some other dodge team.
Hey! I'm saying they're not hard to beat. So they're not
Wow.
easy to beat.
See, the truth comes
They're
out,
not,
Andrew.
they're not easy to beat. No, they're always coming up, beating like the top teams, like all the time. They beat Manchester City last season.
We drew against them, which was a good draw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, so,
No, but look,
They're
they're
always-
We're ninth on the table.
They're doing a lot better this
We're
season.
doing a lot
Oh,
better.
and of course the Manchester City game against Leicester. That game was
Oh, wow.
Leicester scored the first goal and we thought, all right, let's go, let's see what's going on.
It's going to be a good
Let's
game.
go.
And then Manchester City seemed to have woken up and the beast has returned.
Well, De Bruyne woke up.
De Bruyne is.
De Bruyne has
He's
been
just
really
absolutely
playing well.
killing it.
Does he remind just me, King Kong, like De Bruyne when he comes onto the pitch, he just comes on, and he just looks like the kind of guy who's got the power,
The presence.
Yeah, the presence. Like when he comes on, everyone else just sort of has to get out of his way.
Moses with the Red Sea.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. Are there any skyscrapers in Manchester?
Is that a bird? Is that a plane? Is that
Kevin De Bruyne.
Get down from there.
So the dominant, he really does remind me of Gerrard, but he's got more power.
And he's
than
in the blue
Gerrard.
shirt.
And he's in a blue shirt. Yeah, correct. But
But he's been playing well.
No, he's killing it.
Really,
You know that
scores
that
with his right,
steps
scores with his
up.
left.
That goal that I waxed lyrical, the Arsenal goal, where
Yeah.
it basically
Yeah.
side-footed it and it just blew a hole through the net.
Yeah, it was incredible.
When he went off and he did the jump, he levitated. He jumped and he just levitated. I thought he was going to just...
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
He's
I
magical.
thought he was just going to float into
he's
the crowd.
Magical
I'm like,
player.
has this boy got helium in his veins? I don't understand what's going on here.
Just takes in a deep breath and he just flies over the crowd.
Well, when you're that good, you can do things.
I don't think that guy's coming back.
Yeah.
We're going to need to sub someone.
But it kind of it became a bit anticlimactic though. I mean, because some people were thinking, Leicester is the team to catch Liverpool, but now it's 13 points.
Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is that after that game, it's Manchester City that people are more looking for. So
Let's not put the curse on, all right?
I'm
Especially
not,
Christmas around the
Okay.
corner, you know what I mean?
The collapse, the
Christmas
traditional
curse.
Liverpool
hold
collapse
on. So
is coming.
First of all, in your absence, Abdul, I admitted defeat. Liverpool is going to win the league. I've accepted it.
Yep.
I've accepted it.
He's all on it, mate.
Okay, good.
All right. But that said, right, you've got people are sort of saying, all right, who's going to be breathing down their neck, or at least breathing from 20 meters away, trying to get down to the neck.
Who would that be?
Leicester, people want Leicester to sort of do another Leicester, but this game has sort of gone let's be real, guys. It's Manchester City. If anyone's gonna
Whoever doubted that, I have
but people had to
Now
that's a couple of games.
It's
all
down
right?
to one game.
Things
It's down to
can
one game.
change so quickly.
Well, it's down to one
Dude,
game.
Things
It's down to
can
one game.
change so quickly.
Well,
Exactly.
They have.
But if Van Dijk goes down, or
I'm just hoping for a Gerrard
They,
slate.
if Van Dijk is injured, that is we're in the same situation that Man City was. For pretty much half
Because
the season.
Laporte is a huge loss for them.
I don't
Yeah,
think
and
and
Van
also
Dijk
they
is
didn't have De
the
Bruyne.
counter-
I don't think Liverpool's as reliable on Van Dijk as Man City on Laporte against the better teams.
Yeah, but Lovren's injured. Is Matip back properly?
Matip, I don't know.
We're just discussion.
Apologise.
Sorry.
Liverpool didn't even play Premier League this weekend.
Yeah, no,
Didn't even play Premier League this weekend.
Yeah, no,
and we're
but
still
what I'm-
talking about them.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying the league is done. The league can
the
change
league's not
so
done,
quickly. Yeah,
but the
like,
title race is done.
unless like, what if they all eat a bad meal?
Yeah,
And
for 5 weeks in a row.
No,
Yeah.
Then the other teams will be within 5 points, maybe. Like, wow, that would be something. But no, either way, currently speaking, like the title race isn't worth mentioning because it's like we need to
Slip, yeah.
so
Gerard slept.
I've got a PTSD for hearing that
it's
word.
certainly not impossible, but at the moment, like it's just not not, like, why talk about something that's
Mark it in the calendar, boys
Look,
and girls.
it can-
January, February. That's when Liverpool slips
Yeah,
up.
look, the change. It can happen quickly. These
Yeah.
Very
things, but
quickly.
They were 10
At the-
points ahead at one point last season.
I'm glad. Bring it on
At the point,
and let's make a game of this. But at the moment,
Liverpool are a winning machine at the moment.
they are a
And-
winning machine at the moment,
Yeah.
and even though they didn't play this weekend, they still didn't drop their lead.
Dare I say, Manchester City will win the league this season.
Oh,
Well,
so now Abdul's just
Look, also,
Oh no, people laughing at me now.
No, but
Watch.
looking at Abdul's face, he's going to enjoy this collapse so much. Mainly because Mike has just given Liverpool the title. He's going to absolutely love this collapse if it happens.
Finally. Okay, moving on. Back to Jose.
Oh,
No,
go
wait.
ahead.
Jose?
Yeah, Jose. So yeah, after that disappointment of the Everton Arsenal game and then the Leicester Manchester City game, Tottenham and Manchester United were expected to have routine wins,
Toto was.
and it did not happen. Manchester United lost 2-0 to Watford,
It was crazy.
who have not
That was
won.
crazy.
They've won one
Yeah.
game this season.
I don't.
That
Think,
was crazy to me.
I've been saying for a while that Watford are going down, but I'm not so sure now.
Yeah.
It's one of these things, isn't it?
Well, Southampton are definitely looking very, very snazzy. They're out of the relegation zone.
Well, they won away from home, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they're 3 points clear.
Yeah,
Aston Villa
they,
looking very bad right now.
They're a team that doesn't play well at home.
In fact, that was who they beat, Aston Villa.
Yeah, away
So-
from home. Yeah,
3-1. Danny
Yeah.
Ings just smashing the fantasy points.
they're home on the road. That's what they do.
But also, Jose's Tottenham, Chelsea had lost 4 of their last 5 games. They'd only beaten Aston Villa, who are, like we said, heading for the relegation zone at this stage, and they're currently in it. And out of the blue, they beat Tottenham 2-0 away from home. Once again, Tottenham conceding twice, and not scoring this time for the first time in a while. I don't think that they didn't score.
They
in
had
this game.
chances and they just didn't capitalize, man.
Yeah, but concede 2 goals
I know it's
against
pretty bad.
at home as well.
And Mourinho is yet to beat Frank Lampard.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, well, is his
Well,
first attempt?
no, it's his second because last season actually Derby County played Manchester United in one of the cups, and it went to extra time, and Derby County beat Manchester United.
Ouch.
So yeah, Frank Lampard is 2-0 against his former master.
And
Wow.
and not to mention that just a few weeks ago he lost to Solskjaer, so our former club as well, Manchester United.
Yeah,
Manchester United beat Tottenham, so he's
yeah, but Solskjaer's a gunner beating the good teams.
yeah, it's
He
true.
almost beat Liverpool.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
They got something. But what is wrong with that? Like even
What?
I wasn't expecting. I know that they struggle against the wicked sides, but I thought they'd shaken that off enough to at least beat Watford.
No, Watford were good.
Mm.
They played well against Liverpool. They just could not score to save their lives.
Mm.
This time they played well and they put the ball in the net.
Yeah,
Thanks to De Gea. He's massive mistake.
Oh my god.
Wait, what happened?
That's biggest mistake. Oh, that's an Abdul mistake right there.
Abdul mistake.
Not a professional goalkeeper and a good one at that. So that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I heard
Because-
about it. I didn't see it.
Oh my
Oh, it was
goodness,
just
it
a
was
A
horrendous.
routine catch.
It was a routine
Yeah,
catch,
it's
slipped
just-
through it, hit his face, and it went in. It was. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've done that in my time.
Was it
when
the
I was a
first goal?
goalkeeper.
Was it to make it 1-0 or was it the second goal?
I think it
But
was
Abdul, you are not being paid millions of dollars.
millions of dollars. That's correct.
to play.
I was paid appropriately.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to be showing the
Which is-
replay.
which
We're gonna
is
be showing
none.
the replay.
You pay to play.
I
Well, what-
Exactly. I paid to play.
Before De Gea slipped though,
And De Gea.
Lingard did have a chance to make it 1-0 and he tried chipping the keeper instead.
I remember that, yes, and he just too strong.
Yeah, too strong.
I think he should have dodged the keeper, if I'm honest. Like, if you're 1-on-1 with the keeper, you got to go boop, boop, go right, and then
Try and get around the
try and get around
Yeah.
the keeper. That's what I would have done.
Oh
Yeah.
dear.
Try to be
no,
smart.
I just saw the replay.
He
That's
tried to
funny
be
stuff.
smart. Was
Oh
that the,
dear.
was
Oh
that?
dear.
Yeah, Mike, talk us through. You play keeper quite often.
Yeah,
Talk
what
us
happened
through.
there, mate?
Well, first of all, that shot was terrible.
It was because the guy kicked it. It bounced on the ground.
He almost missed the ball.
Yeah.
He kicked it into the ground. It sort of lobbed, and De Gea has done a. This is kind of the thing you do when you've been playing futsal like in a friendly for like 3 hours, and you've got no energy left.
Yes, that's
and
right.
You just lose all concentration.
Or
He thought, oh yeah, this is easy. This is coming straight to me. He jumped with the ball, and I don't know. It's like he wasn't even looking at the ball, and you can't.
He thought he had it, and this is the thing. This is the sort of.
You're thinking about the next move.
He was thinking about the
exactly.
assist
I'm
he
gonna
was
catch
about
it.
to make.
This is exactly what I had when I was playing on a Friday night. You guys were there on futsal. Okay, I got the ball. I rolled the ball out, thinking I know what I'm going to do after this. I didn't even think about anything else. Before I even got to the first guy that came, took me out, and
And
I lost the ball, and he scored, and injuring myself in the process. So I already was thinking 3 moves ahead when I shouldn't have. I just should have thought about catch it, see where I can go.
You know what? I wasn't even referencing that, but you're right. That was exactly the situation that I described just then.
Which is what?
Just
what you
yes,
just
that's
said.
right.
Well,
Basically, he's like, okay, he rolls it out in front of
well,
him.
he was the man.
And
For the wrong
nobody,
reasons.
the
Wrong
thing is,
reasons.
nobody around you reacted except for this one dude in front of you.
Yeah.
And he stuck his foot out, and you got injured.
It wasn't even a good tackle.
It wasn't a good tackle.
It was-
First guy, and I injured myself.
He was tired too. He couldn't be bothered moving. He just stuck his
Right.
foot.
Because we played a lot of games in that Friday night.
We
Anyway.
did.
So yeah, it was a terrible mistake.
De Gea for that one.
Terrible mistake.
Was the United game on after the Tottenham game? Or was that on at the same time?
It was
Because-
before.
It
It was
before.
first Watford, Manchester United, and then the late game was the.
There, that makes sense. Because before the game, before the Tottenham game, Mourinho was doing a press conference, right? For Sky Sports.
Was he talking about
No,
Arteta?
no, I don't know what he was talking about. It cut to, like, during the press conference, he was talking normally. We just hear this scream from, like, outside the camera view, right?
Yeah.
The camera pans to Gary Neville, and he's just reacted to that mistake. And he just falls to the floor with his hands above his face.
Oh no!
It was hilarious stuff.
And is that recorded? Is that on YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
I gotta check it out. All
Oh,
right.
you're gonna check that out, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be in the thing. We might take a look at that later. But
Yes,
oh my god, that was.
later.
He's just
Yeah.
talking about, the game, and he's just, oh my god!
I don't really blame him for that reaction. It was a
No.
terrible mistake.
Oh, but
How did
yeah,
Mourinho react to that?
Well, the reporter was sort of laughing a bit, saying, "Oh, Gary Neville can't be professional," and all that. And Mourinho was like, "Yeah, he can't show his profession with. You can see his allegiance is still at United." He
actually,
enjoyed it. It was all good.
what you guys mentioned before, Deke mentioned this as when Mourinho was on the Sky Sports team. Part of the problem he had before that, he had a really torrid relationship with the media. Like whenever he went to press
That's what I was
conferences,
saying, yeah.
he was always on edge.
Of
He's always
course.
annoyed at everything they say. Now, when he goes to press conferences, he's like, "Oh yes, we are friends because we used to work together and stuff." "Oh, I know you're joking," And then he sort of like shrugs it all off, and
Yeah.
like he's buddy, and he's saying jokes that people actually laugh at. Like people, like all the media people, are like ha 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 ha, classic Jose,
Yeah.
Like whereas before it was kind of like, how do we make this guy explode, and now that that they got that little bit of empathy for him, he's like, "Oh, I see you at Christmas," whatever. Like he's so like it's just like.
I think we should
Whoa.
make a podcast later date where Jose's, the best conferences that he had, or the ones that
the Jose
the
special.
one, the angry. My favorite would have to be when he was at Manchester and he said about the 3. There you go, 3. So I love that.
Yeah.
Respect.
Respect. Respect.
His greatest ever
Next
quote.
minute
That's
sacked.
yeah.
But
Respect. Respect.
speaking of respect, and
That was a good song by Aretha Franklin.
It was great.
I don't know if
R.E.S.P.C.T.
anybody's got
He should have sung that as he walked off.
There's
anything
a
that-
video of that, like a meme video of them. Yeah.
Also,
like a boomerang. It just
Yeah.
keeps
That's
respect. Yeah.
Respect. Respect.
Before we move on to the next topic, is there anything that anybody wants to discuss that
No.
on the tip of their tongue? Just Abdul, something about Lukaku? Nothing.
No, we're
Nothing.
good. with
All right,
Lukaku
we're good.
now. Yeah,
Good. Harry Kane. He didn't score, so.
He didn't score.
Yeah,
Terrible.
didn't do the
Lukaku
job.
scored too.
And that red
Great.
card, I love. Sorry, real quick.
Oh, Son's red card.
I love how He's so like, oh my god, how did I get the red card? Oh,
crying.
just are you kidding me? What?
What did
the
he
guy
do? Because I
flinged
missed it.
his freaking leg onto the guy. Like he landed, obviously legs up. Then he swung his leg up even further, to attack the guy. But obviously nothing.
Is he doing aerobics?
Nothing happened.
Or-
Yeah, aerobics, something like that. And then he got the red card clearly, and he was
for intent.
gutted.
It was for
He
intent.
was on the floor. God, how did I get? That was terrible. I don't know. I had no point to that one, but it was terrible.
No.
It was funny. You should see it.
I heard he was really
It's kind
emotional.
of like what Dick Cheney when he went hunting with his friend. He shot his friend in the face,
Yeah,
and then his friend said sorry to him.
that's exactly what that is, man. That's exactly what it is.
That is
Ooh.
power. When you do something wrong and everybody's like, "I'm sorry, I was in front of your gun." Oh wait,
I mean, it's
we
just
should have a
terrible.
replay. We should have a replay.
Look at this.
It's terrible, right? He flings up,
It's like-
and then
Oh, is that son?
yeah,
He's
and
done
then,
this.
Okay,
And
now
then he's
check out. I really want you guys to check
extended
out
his legs.
his reaction. If anybody's listening, go on YouTube and check out his reaction. It's gold because
Because
he's seriously couldn't believe it.
he's
couldn't
annoyed
believe
because
it.
he just got tackled to the ground, and then he's on the ground.
Okay, fair.
And his legs are sort of at what, his waist, the guy,
Yeah,
and then he extends his leg clearly deliberately,
deliberately.
and then he tries to brush it off like it's like what's this guy doing? Like, why is he pretending that I just kicked him in the chest? Like, I didn't do it on purpose. Come on, like,
No
I'm
way.
son.
Well,
You love me.
You know what's funny? You went to St. James with me, this was a
Yes.
long time ago. So in PE class, we were playing dodgeball, right? Teacher specifically said no headshots, right? So I run up, I pick up a ball, another kid's already got it, boom, right in my face, right?
yeah.
Teacher saw it, he told everybody to sit down. He gave me a ball and he said, now you take a shot at him.
Wow.
And this was,
Really?
everybody's watching this, and I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do it. I rolled the ball away. And he's like, all right, everybody, that's a good man. Clap it out. And I just went and sat down. 2 weeks later, I was fighting with another kid, jumped on the back of his back and punching him on the back of the head. Not seriously. At least I thought that kid didn't like me. But anyway, I wonder why.
A bit like Son.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
What?
that
I was
kid.
punching him in the back of the head. This is normal.
This is normal. I wasn't actually punching him in the back of the head.
Alright, yeah.
We were play fighting, but Son after seeing the broken leg, he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this has happened." And then some guy tackles him lightly, and he tries to kick him in the balls.
Was
that a red card?
that is like taking it 5 steps too far there. That's
What?
way too far.
Oh well, it looked like it was extending.
Not shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's right under the dude. What do you think's gonna happen? Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't aiming for that. I was aiming for his chest, officer.
Oh, all right.
Moving on.
So the last thing on the agenda is a shout out to the team closest to the top 4. It's not Wolves, it's not Tottenham, it's not Manchester United, because Tottenham and Manchester United both failed to win. And this could have been a very different picture. This could have read Tottenham 4th, Manchester United 6th. But instead, Sheffield United in 5th place still after 18 games, halfway through the season. And they're yet to be defeated on the road. They've
They're
not
unbeaten
lost on the road.
They've got the 3rd best defence in the league.
Also,
They're 5th on the ladder at Christmas.
And their name is classy.
May
And
I
Sheffield United.
just-
and
how
they're a promoted side.
how did they get promoted? By the way,
They got promoted through the playoffs.
They
They were
weren't
the
even-
last. They were the last.
No,
team.
Aston Villa got promoted to the playoffs.
Oh really?
Sheffield was 2nd.
Oh well, there you go.
But
Still,
Norwich
they
was
weren't even
clear
first.
Norwich was clear first. Sheffield
Okay.
was sort of clear second.
Okay.
Yeah, but they
Well,
weren't even first. So
Well,
really,
apologies for the build-up there, but still
Yeah.
good, still
Isn't
great.
Isn't
Yeah,
that weird how
totally.
that happens, right? Norwich came first, Sheffield came second,
exactly.
Sheffield 5th.
That's what I'm saying.
Norwich.
Yeah.
second
Because
last.
they still came
Yeah.
second, and they weren't.
Yeah, that's a good point, Deke, because Aston Villa and Norwich are in the relegation zone pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, both
And
those
Norwich
teams are in
is
the
sitting in 5th, going well. Yeah.
Although Norwich has a lot of injuries to point to.
Yeah, that's right.
Did Sheffield get any signings, or is it just something in the water?
Oh no, that's the best part. This team basically
This
plays
is their
together
team.
in League One.
Oh,
So they
wow.
went from
And
League
they're
1 to
fifth.
Championship.
The players that are currently in the team play together in League One.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like a new Leicester right there, isn't it?
That's more than... Oh, Leicester
It goes to show
had
what's-
investment.
It
These
goes-
guys...
Yeah,
these guys are,
nothing.
the, I think, least invested team
Yeah.
this season.
They've got the
Other
third
than
best
Newcastle,
defence in the league.
but-
That shows you how important stability is
Yeah.
to a football team
Yeah.
or club or anything.
No, but
Just the club as
No,
yeah,
but like
yeah,
good
general.
stability.
Well, just...
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Just
overall chemistry of the club, because
Yeah.
the manager,
He's
like
top
everyone's together, they're united, and we said at the beginning of the season, everyone was saying they were dead set favourites to go down, not just go down, but like last, like clearly, like no one was going to come close. Whenever anyone says that, by the way, at the start of the season, it's complete garbage. But in this case, there was no possible argument to say, "Oh yeah, they'll stay up." And they got through there. They have basically no strikers, right? All the goals have been coming from midfield defenders, set pieces, those kinds of things. The defenders are unit so incredibly well. Like that's one of their. What do you say? Second best defense in the league.
Third best defence.
Third best defence
behind Leicester and Liverpool.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
And for the record, Leicester has the best, I believe.
Yeah, Leicester is the best.
Although they conceded 3, so.
Yeah, but still.
And Liverpool didn't play, so they might have caught up.
Oh, Mr. Liverpool, come on, man. You've had enough. You've had enough.
I said they didn't play.
You've had enough.
To be fair, it wasn't me bringing him up this week. It was other people. So.
Yeah, but look, we've given you the glory. Man. The 3 trophies. Like I stuck up for you. I wanted the Golden Crest on the Premier League.
Thank
I'm
you,
going to give you
Cos.
everything, but
Thank
I'm not
you,
giving
Cos.
you this one.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
no.
See,
But
here I
that's
thought,
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
start with the
we got
Liverpool.
it.
here I thought
We got
that
it.
they
They're
here I thought that they qualified to the Champions League, won the Champions League, won the Super Cup, won the Club World Cup.
Well, they didn't need to win the Super Cup to make the Club World Cup, but yes.
Yeah, like
They
I
did
thought
that
they
too.
won that, but really it was just Cosme letting them win.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cos.
Thanks, Cos.
Thanks, Cos.
Me letting them win.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't
Like,
understand.
it's thanks to you that Liverpool's in the Club
You
World
said
Cup.
you said you're letting them have the glory. So we thank you
Oh,
genuinely.
let them have the glory. Yeah.
As Liverpool supporters, we thank you.
Yeah.
But okay. Let's enough about them.
It
Sheffield.
pains me to let you have it, but yeah.
Sheffield. Just a reminder that Sheffield
After 30
United.
years of suffering.
Sheffield United is the world's oldest football club.
Wow.
Let's not forget that.
Sheffield United is the world's oldest football club.
Yes, they are.
Wow.
I wonder if this is like one of those, like the stories where like they have the wizard and they get him out of the tomb and suddenly it's time to restore the kingdom to its former glory. It's
What
like,
stories have you been listening to?
Yeah, I'm confused.
A lot of ones. That
What year were they formed? Sheffield.
I get the feeling that AFL clubs are older just because that's just what happens. But all right, let's get
It
this
happened
right.
around the same time. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Isn't that
maybe.
interesting? You wouldn't think that, would you?
Well, what, that Sheffield is the oldest club?
No, you wouldn't think that
That AFL
teams-
is older
Yeah.
as clubs.
Yeah.
So the sport would have been longer. But yeah, 1889.
Right. Because that would be-
1889 was the oldest football club.
And Cos, you'll be happy to know it was an offshoot of Sheffield United Cricket Club.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, things get better over time, don't they? You start with cricket and then things just improve. Soccer and football.
Not a fan of cricket?
I'm becoming one,
Okay.
but it's taking a long time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Grew-
it's-
I grew up with a football and,
yeah. Fair enough.
It's like watching grass grow. But I think, unless there's any objections...
Do the Italians have a cricket club? I mean, a cricket team?
I believe they do. It's
Okay.
terrible.
They rock
They
up.
do have a cricket club.
Sorry,
I can tell
good
you
team.
right now what
It is
the
terrible.
Italian cricket team does.
No.
They rock up to a match, they bring deck chairs onto the field and sit down. Some guy like bowls with a slightly bent arm, but they let it happen because it's 80 k's an hour. And then during tea break, it's actually vino break, and it's the greatest,
pizza.
happiest cricket team in the world.
Vino is wine, by the way, just in case you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And pizza. You gotta have the pizza.
Go-
Well, that's the thing. The food will be fantastic, and I really think that, especially in Test matches.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In the morning, they just think, "What's for lunch, man? We just want to, who cares about the game? We just want to eat. Come on."
What- it's like
and then after then at lunch, because
Free
they
lunch.
have a big lunch, right?
They do, yeah.
They just want to siesta after lunch. You just destroy them. Just
They'll-
let them.
their lunch game is so strong
I reckon
that their bowlers like bowl at 160 k's an hour just to get the.
I actually disagree that they're good after lunch. I think after lunch...
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
They
they are
collapse.
terrible.
They
After
collapse
I'm saying so. If Italy get ahead early, don't panic because lunch is coming.
Yeah. because they got out their siesta. You know, they're out there
Yeah.
and they just get lethargic. They, like,
Unless
run. No, hold on. Oh God, it's just just give me another glass of that vino. Come on, Mike. I'm not done.
unless like the
Drinks
other,
break.
the opponent's team are just like watching and they're just like,
And then half the
oh
time,
my god, that looks incredible. And
Yeah.
then they're just so demoralized at the level of food the Italians are eating that when they go out there, they can't get back in the game. Because we know cricket's all mental, right?
it is.
The Italians, next world champions of cricket, I can tell you that
And,
right now.
and if they're going to use the lunch break as inspiration, they might just get there. But yeah, and the water cooler, of course, it has a dark red liquid
Plus,
instead.
that's it. And even
The
during
blood
the
of
game,
Jesus Christ, you,
even
your sacrilegious tongue.
during the game, I can just imagine them checking the football scores as well. They're like, "What's Juventus doing?" I'm just because it's such football's a big deal over there. Cricket isn't. So I reckon even the cricketers will be like, "What's happening?"
No,
with
cricket,
football?"
That's
cricketers
such a
do
good
that too.
point.
They've got the
Yeah.
while their team's batting, they're always checking the scores.
Yeah,
Like,
but not at the point
like
of
for
like,
footy and well, other cricket that's being played
yeah,
as well.
no, but
you
not
know.
at the
Oh,
point of
really?
like,
Well,
if there's a,
I'm not a cricket fan, so I don't know this.
not at the point of like they're professional cricket players. They're at the match and they're
Well,
like,
they I don't think they're allowed to,
Yeah.
but they're like, can we just no support your teammates? I'm gonna get in the zone by listening to my earphones, and they got like the commentary going on in the background. It's like yeah, getting in the zone, getting ready to bat. Yeah, like I mean.
oh, in
Yeah,
the zone.
get in the
yeah.
zone. Get
I was
in
just
the zone.
visualizing a sick. No, I think the difference I'm saying here is like Aussies would like listen to football, but they would be dialed into cricket. Whereas like the Italians would be like, oh, there's a Juventus game on, forfeit, see you guys.
Yeah,
That's where I was going with it. That's what I thought would happen. Yeah.
This was just to pass the time. Like the soccer's on, let's go.
But you're going to lose.
Or they just take an extended lunch break. Just we'll continue in the evening. The days are long. It's okay.
Forget about it.
Yeah, but yeah. So I think that's a wrap. So thank you guys. Well, once again, Deke. He flew all the way back to WA and flew all the way back here just to do another podcast.
I just love being here. That
Short
much.
turnaround.
Your dedication is unbelievable.
How's that compass reading? Are you getting better at that?
You know what? I actually have become a member of the not the Mile High Club, the Qantas Frequent Flyers Club.
Oh,
that's a good club. That's a good club to be in. All right.
Both clubs good. And thank you, Abdul, for coming. He cut his Japan trip short just for this, so thank
Thank you for coming back.
I'm
very
telling you,
much.
it's good to be back.
Todd, generous.
Still in holiday mode, but
Arigato gozaimasu.
arigato gozaimasu.
And of course,
Bonaparte.
Cos and I thank you for that.
And also, just quickly,
Yes,
a
quickly.
shout out to Oz who listens to all our podcasts.
Yes.
We love you, Oz.
Number
We
one
love
fan.
you.
Number one fan.
No, number two fan.
Oh, number two fan.
Number two
Sorry.
fan.
Gosha is the
Sorry,
number one
Gosha.
fan.
No, you're right.
Ozzy's
No,
number
she's
two
just
fan.
on another level. Like,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
a different
true.
level.
She's
It's like-
number zero.
She's not a
fan.
fan. She's
It's like
she's
when
a member.
Neymar says, "I'm the best player in the world because Messi and Ronaldo are from another planet."
That's
So-
right. That's right. She's almost like a member. She's not here, but she's yeah.
But
It's true.
speaking of fans, thank you to all the other fans who listen to us,
And fans, flans and fans.
fans and
You
fans.
did say flames.
For listening to us. Thank you for that, because I don't pick this up until later on, to my horror.
To our fanatics.
Fanatics.
No, that's the short. That's fan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it is. That's literally a
I thought
fan.
a fanatic was a crazy thing.
No, seriously,
go to the
fan
history.
is what it's a short. It's look it up.
Well,
Fanatic.
Go to the
Short
history.
for
I just
fanatic.
realised that
Thank-
I cannot speak English.
It's
That's
the
it.
history of the English language is coming out today. So
Thank you to all Cosby commentary cultists.
yes, cultists. For those who haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast and our YouTube channel if you haven't already done so. I am going to try and get this up on Google Play and Spotify, but for now, Podbean is where you'll find us. But thank you once again, and we will speak to you just before the new year.
And also Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas.
Happy
Yes,
Merry
also
Christmas,
special.
everyone, yeah.
Merry
For everybody
But
here
not
at
Happy
Cosby.
New Year, because we'll get you before then.
All right.
Take care.